You see those movies, the Colombian Mafia's movies. You know, in South Africa, that's where we are right now. We are in that, dog. We are in that, like Colombian Mafia stuff. Because I don't see a way out. Like, because right now it's like it's easy to say you take out the ANC, and then maybe you've dealt with the problem. It's like a cheap thing to say, like an easy way out to say that, guy, you just take out the ANC. The problem here that I'm noticing the most is that not only is the ANC corrupt, but the officials are corrupt. And the worst part that scares me about this whole thing when I look at it now is the involvement of the judiciary. So he got arrested for drinking driving, right? And I was laughing, Mogotsi, like how serious his situation got to be for drinking driving, right? He's going to court and whatnot. And we have all these serious issues and people going out on bail who are murderers and whatnot. Like it's almost like the punishment for a general person in the like society is much more harsher compared to someone who is really doing real crimes, you know? Because you have someone in jail for drinking driving and you are worried about those type of things. Not to say that people, by the way, shouldn't be arrested for drinking driving, and my brother deserve that. But we have serious issues like that, the Matlalas and all of those guys, or lefters, who are getting out on bail, by the way. It's just not like politics is just not it. We need, I don't know, it's different system. That's my catchphrase. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. The elephant in the room. My man, we don't have time, dog. Dog, let me tell you something, JC. You see those movies, the Colombian Mafia's movies. You know, in South Africa, that's where we are right now. We are in that, dog. We are in that, like Colombian Mafia style. That's where we are in SA. Colombian Mafia style, dog. That's where we are in South Africa right now. This shit is so complicated. Like, the spider web, dog, then they are, bro, like, nah, dog. And I need to say this and I need to be clear. I am probably going to be doing this one time and that's it. I covered, actually, the Mkhwanazi thingy when he came out. When Mkhwanazi came out, I did cover that, right? You remember? So when Mkhwanazi came up with the allegations and whatnot, I covered that. But as far as like the case after and whatnot, I almost spoke about this like 2 times. But from here on, bro, nah, dog. I just don't have time for this, dog. Bro, it's so complicated. It's almost like everyone. I'm asking myself. This is my question now. I'm asking myself. Going forward now with South Africans, like, what is next? Where to from here? What is it that we're supposed to do from here as South Africans? Like, I don't know what is next for us.
That's in confusion.
Because I'm asking myself, like, okay, let's say for an example, you take out the ANC, right? The ANC is gone, out of power. Who is this person that we are going to get, and how sure are we that we're not going to find ourselves here too? It's how basically what I'm trying to say is this just put me in a space that when I think about it, it's like it's just not like politics is just not it. We need, I don't know, it's different system. Because I don't see a way out. Like, because right now it's like it's easy to say you take out the ANC and then maybe you've dealt with the problem. It's easy to say that. This almost, to me, there's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a cheap thing to say, like an easy way out to say that, guy, you just take out the ANC. The problem here that I'm noticing the most is that not only is the ANC corrupt, but the officials are corrupt. Do you get me? It's like not the, because it's easy to just say take out the ANC, the country will be, no. The officials are corrupt, not only the politicians. It's like the politicians are corrupt with the officials. And the worst part that scares me about this whole thing when I look at it now is the involvement of the judiciary. I have no idea. Like, to me, all the time when I think about this, for an example, not long ago, I'm sorry to my brother for saying this on live, by the way. So he got arrested for drink and driving, right? And I was laughing, Mogotsi, like how serious his situation got to be for drink and driving, right? He's going to court and whatnot. And we have all these serious issues and people going out on bail who are murderers and whatnot. It's just almost like the punishment for a general person in the like society is much more harsher compared to someone who is really doing real crimes, you know, because you have someone in jail for drink and driving and you are worried about those type of things. Not to say that people, by the way, shouldn't be arrested for drink and driving. My brother deserve that, but we have serious issues like that, the Matlalas and all of those guys, Molefes, who are getting out on bail, by the way, with all the things that they are accused of, these people. I don't know, man. That's why I'm saying that.
So there's a serious problem out there, and then the focus is not on those serious problems.
Yeah,
but it's also because those people have money.
Yeah, true. But my biggest concern, buddy, is it's not only the politicians that are corrupt; it's the officials. A judge is an official. Do you see what I mean? So it's not only politicians; it's the officials that are corrupt with the politicians. You see?
So if it's corrupt from the foundation, then there's nothing.
Yeah, so what is the way forward? Then I'm asking myself, because I'm saying to you, it's a cheap shot, and it's almost easy to just say, get rid of the ANC and you will fix the country and you have... But the officials are corrupt. Then what? Because the officials are also corrupt. People who are not politicians, people who are not voted for in interviews, you know? Sorry, who are not voted in in politics, who are not voted in the ballot paper, people who are elected during interviews, who are workers in these different spaces, official people. You're looking at a police officer. A police officer is an official, right, in the government. They are not a politician. They are not voted into power. They did interviews. They're supposed to be qualifying for their positions. That's the idea, isn't it? Right? Now you're looking at judges, you're looking at the whole system. So then I'm saying to myself then, like, there's like almost no guarantees of the future, man, just because you will get rid of the ANC, which I think it should happen, that the South Africa gets rid of the ANC, you know? Anyway, I think though, even if we get rid of the ANC will be there in the government one way or the other for the longest times, even in years to come, even after they've been dethroned from being this dominant political party. I think they will still, their imprint will be there in the officials also that they put in different ways. Yeah, anyway, let's talk, Gerard. Let's go to the case, doc. Okay, now, buddy, we all remember where this started. Mkhwanazi, right? So I want to talk. I want to just give almost like a trail as to where we come from and how we got where we are and where we are now, right? Okay, how we got where we are. Let's refer to where we come from. What happened exactly? Okay, cool. Remember, Mkhwanazi comes out, and his biggest issue that he raised to the country on that press conference was the disbandment of the political killing stars team, the PKTT, right? Okay, so the order to disband the successful KwaZulu-Natal PKTT was irrational and executed to intentionally obstruct justice and protect high-profile suspects. This was according to Mkhwanazi, right? Mkhwanazi raised issues and said, for example, another issue he raised was infiltration by criminal syndicates. He said the existence of powerful organized crime syndicates, the cartels, right now we know them as the cartel. That's in South Africa, we have a cartel that has infiltrated high-ranking positions within the police, the judiciary, and political spheres. Okay, that's another issue he raised. Biggest issue too he raised was political interference and corruption. Allegations of corrupt relationship between the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, his associates, and alleged criminal figures leading to directive aimed at basically dethroning like investigation and throwing away investigation, taking dockets and stuff like that. This was the center. That's where we started, right? He said these people are basically, they are interfering, they are taking dockets, they are trying to block police work. This is done by the PKTT, the political killing task team. That's where we started. Of course, the links that he had, obviously, the blocking that he was referring to was the blocking of some murder cases, for an example, right? That he felt that Police Minister Mkhunu was trying to do by disbanding the political killing task team. He's saying basically the police minister was trying to disband this team to protect criminal syndicates such as Yuvus Cats and them. Okay, so that's where we started. You remember the press conference, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so press conference, that's where everything started. Now, who are these criminals that he was alleging that they are being protected by the minister? Who are they? Who are these people? First person I want to talk about is Vusmus Cats Matlala, right? First person, described as a prominent businessman, security boss, and alleged organized crime syndicates, kingpin, right, and entrepreneur. That's Vusmus Cats Matlala. That's his profile. That's how he's introduced to us, right? He's facing charges including attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and money laundering. Matlala's companies such as Medicare 24 were awarded large government contracts, including a controversial 360 million, right, subs healthcare contract, right, which Mkhwanazi claims suggests it was linked to his undue influence, especially in the political sphere. And he's saying this awarding of this contract says a lot about his influence on the politicians, on the ministers, right, in the space of politics, right? Now, link to whistleblower murder, by the way. So, Matlala's firm were the subject of a fraud investigation by Gauteng Health Anti-Corruption where anti-corruption units had Babita, right? So his company was being investigated by a unit, and Babita was one of the. It's like someone in finance. Babita was working for, what is the name of this hospital again? Tembisa Hospital, right, in Joburg, where Matlala basically was, being investigated. His company, rather, was being investigated for like stealing money, their bogus contracts and whatnot with the hospital. And Babita was murdered. Yeah, Babita, who was an important person in the finances of the hospital, was murdered, right? And by the way, Babita was murdered for what? She was exposing irregularities in contracts at the Tembisa Hospital, and also she was murdered in 2021, before the investigation could be concluded. The reason they murdered her is because she was so crucial, basically, to the investigation into what Matlala's companies in Tembisa Hospital. Okay, so that's Matlala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, and so basically, Mkhwanazi was alleging that the minister is disbanding the political killing task team to protect people like him. This guy being one of those people. Okay, cool. Now, second person is Brian Mogosi, identified as Northwest businessman and political figure, whom Mkhwanazi alleges is a close associate or comrades of Police Minister Senzo Mkhunu. Mkhwanazi presented evidence including WhatsApp messages suggesting Mogosi acted as an intermediary, having unauthorized access to sensitive police information, and allegedly assuring Matlala that the PKTT investigation against him was dissolved. Right? Okay, we're gonna come back to that, the Mogosi guy, by the way, and how he's linked, okay? And then the next person is Molefe. Molefe is a sentenced businessman and former public sector officer who, according to crime intelligence testimony at the Matlala Commission, is one of the two publicly named kingpins of the Big Five criminal cartel or syndicates, alongside Vusmuzi Cats Matlala. So his role within the syndicate is alleged to include 1. Organizing murders, He is accused of being the mastermind behind multiple high-profile contract killings, including the murder of DJ Somebody and Ahmad Swad. By the way, I'm going to tell you about Ahmad Swad, actually. I'm going to tell you about the two people who are very important here that were murdered. From Babita, I told you about Babita. Babita was murdered because she was the head in finance in Tembisa Hospital, and she was investigating the basically fraudulent tenders to Matlala's companies in Tembisa Hospital. These people, JC, took over $1 billion out of the hospital. They took more than the hospital. But like, bro, the hospital is in shambles. Doesn't have any money for nothing. People are claiming 500,000 for skinny jeans. JC, that's a tender.
So
skinny
jeans is basically a front.
The hospital basically is used to take out money. They are able, because this is the thing, officials inside within the hospital, right? Basically, the biggest problem, this is always I say, for an example, the reason Babita ended up in this situation is because the person that you are reporting to is your boss, the person, your supervisor, is the person who's involved with these people. Because for these people to get the money out of the hospital, the bosses and whoever who's your superior is signing off these things. Because otherwise, that's why I said to you, take out the ANC. I'm wondering, because the system is still like that. The officials are still the officials. Because the officials are not the ANC, right? So the ANC we can take out and we should. But the officials are still there. That's why I'm saying the future for SA is so flimsy, bro. Because the people who allow these things to happen are the officials who are passing these things. You see? Yeah. So Babita was killed. That's a big matter. That's the PKTT team basically also was sort of linked with. That was connecting to. But the biggest one was Aman Swat, actually, the matter of Swat. Now, what was Swat murdered for? So Swat was murdered for, it was basic mistaken identity, right? He was murdered because they thought he was the whistleblower to the corruption that they were doing in Transnet. This is now by Molefe now. This is a different person that I was telling you about. Molefe, the one that I'm saying, is known to be the organizing person, basically, if you need a hit. So within the gang, if someone needs a hit, Molefe seems to, at least is alleged to be the go-to person to organize that. Do you see? Okay, so basically what happens is, as I said, so the allegations against Molefe is that obviously he is involved in the murder of DJ Somebody and Aman Swad shooters, including the police officer, warrant officer Michael Pule Dau, who was arrested at the scene of Swad's murder, by the way. Right? Like even the police, that's why I keep saying the officials are so central to this crime, like being enabled and happening. So operating as a crime boss. So the syndicate is alleged involved in drug trafficking, armed hijackings, extortions, and tender scams, right? Corrupting law enforcement testimony at the commission detailed how Molefe allegedly had deep connections with corrupt police officials, including a police officer who acted as a hitman for the cartel. Now, what are you going to do? Boy, South Africa is doomed, dog. Bro, we doomed, bro. Like, you know, when I try to listen to those things, I'm like, Bro, trust me, bro. Trust me when I say this, JC, ne? If the officials do not give into, like, all these things by the ANC, all these corrupt things by the ANC wouldn't be able to do and pull off these moves that they're pulling off. They're able to pull them off because the officials are enabling them to pull them off.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just that.
True.
Yeah, that's just that. They are allowing them to pull these things off. That's just that. Anyway, what's your thoughts, bro, before I even continue?
No, man, it sounds like how you said. It seems like
so complicated.
I'm really in shock. The idea of Uti, there's syndicates. I remember all these rumors back. We were still in varsity of all these things. I think the guy who had dreads that you used to talk about, who was saying all these things, which I think he disappeared as well. But it's shocking to see as a country that all these things are there, and what you're saying is also true. It's the foundation of we remove ANC. But the foundation is so strong of this corruption that it seems like it's endless.
Yeah, it's like we're in a loop, basically. We don't know when is it going to end, even if it ends. We are in the loop. Anyway, actions of Minister Mkhunu and the main instances of links to the criminal syndicates, right? So how is Minister Mkhunu linked to this? Okay, what are the links directly now? This is one of the biggest links to Mkhunu, right? That Mkhwanazi was raising. Okay. Now, the minister has known Brian Mogosi since 2017. Okay. Brian Mogosi is one of the three. Remember, I told you about the three people that are alleged criminals, basically criminal network people, right? Vusi Muzi, Kat Matlala, Brian Mogosi, and Molefe, right? Okay. Now, what is the link with the police minister? So the minister has known Brian Mogosi since 2017. He has his number. They talk on WhatsApp, and they even have signal chats. Signal chats. These people. That's basically district meetings, basically. So things not to be found on officially type of vibes. Hey, bro. Okay. By the way, in the beginning, when the minister was approached and asked if he knew Mogosi, he denied knowing him. I need to say that he denied knowing him. And then later, when he sees that this thing is backfiring and people are able to find things, and he sees that there's going to be issues here, he then changed and said he only knows him as a comrade. Okay? Now, let's follow something, buddy. In December 13, 2024, the PKTT raids Matlala's home. Matlala is the first person that I told you about in the syndicates, right? Matlala.
Yeah.
18 December 2024, the PKTT, which is a political killing task team, raids Matlala's offices. 31st December 2024, Minister Senzo Mkhunu disbands the PKTT. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Didn't we were here once before with the Scorpions, isn't it? Why was it? Yeah, we were here with Zuma and the Scorpions. We were in the same circumstance. We were here. What did Zuma say? These people just investigate. Boy. And then what? The Scorpions gone. Basically, that's the same move that Minister Senzo Mkhunu was trying to pull here. So, anyway, allegedly, ANC January 8th celebration 2025 happens, and Matlala funds it. Sorry, before I even jump that, I'm jumping something. I said to you on the 31st of December 2024, Minister Senzo Mkhunu dispensed the PKTT team, right? The one that was raiding Matlala's home on the 13th December and Matlala's office. 31st, they're disbanded. Okay. After the PKTT team was basically the letter was sent by Minister Mkhunu to dispense the team. January 2nd, this is before this is official that the team is being disbanded. January 2nd, Mogosi sends the disbandment letter to Matlala telling him that the team that's raided his house is dealt with by minister and is no longer there. Before it's official, Matlala already had the letter saying the team had the letter of disbandment against the team that's raided his house. Before it's official. Before it was official. So on the 31st, Senzo Mkhunu writes a letter to disband the team. On the 2nd of January, Mogosi sent the letter to Matlala telling him that, bro, that team, the one that was giving you problems, coming to your house and going to raiding your house and going to your office and raiding your office, minister is dealing with the team. The team is being disbanded by the minister. This is before this is official.
basically saying we've solved your problem.
Basically, we've solved your problem. After the disbandment of the team, allegedly ANC January 8 celebration 2025 happens and Matlala funds it. Payments are channeled through Brian Mogosi to help cover ANC events expenses, particularly for delegates linked to political figures, and there was a table from Mchunu too, which he denied, of course, that happened. So basically, the minister is claiming this whole thing to be a coincidence. The whole thing that he disbanded him to be a coincidence. I'm going to tell you his defense. What was his defense? By the way, I need to say this basically, by the way, up front. Buddy, I'm not going to lie to you. I watched the minister defending himself about this issue because I couldn't wait to see what he was going to say after seeing the evidence that was leveled up against him. I have to tell you, buddy, man, actually his defense was not bad. That's the crazy part. Yes, you know what he did? It's that thing, what is the name? There's a name for it in psychology. Where someone does something, they mess up, right? And then uses something that they have. It's like basically, let's say I'm messing up this thing, but I am doing it within protocol. You see, it's like he's doing it basically. At least according to him, and also the way he was viewing the circumstances, like he was doing it for a different reason than the reason that is being provided. You see, because his reason as to why the PKTT political killing task team had to go, my man, I have to give it to him. He was able to present himself, unlike Sibia. Bro, that guy was able to present himself. You know, he was able to give good reasons as to why the team had to go, why he was disbanding the team. And then basically the problem is that the evidence against that is too much. So his statement doesn't hold water because the evidence against that is too much. You know, looking at this, for this to be a coincidence, that's crazy, bro. Right? That's crazy. You know. Also, it was also alleged in the testimony that Matlala disclosed making a separate 500,000 financial contribution to the campaign of Minister Senzo Mchunu when he was an ANC presidential candidate. We're still going to get to that too. It's like you have this criminal who is like being troubled so much by a political killing task team. And then all of a sudden, that team that is troubling the criminal is being disbanded. Just like that. You see?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough, my guy. It's a tough thing, bro. And then we call this a coincidence that now he was doing his official duty to disband the team. And also he's disbanding the team on the 31st of December. Oh, bro, this guy was trying to do this thing under the carpet. Anyway, what's your take, bro, before I continue?
No, man, I feel like I'm getting information I don't know. And it's, yeah, it's just to hear the information. And I can understand how someone like me, who has no idea all this is happening, I don't think it will go over you. It will go over your head. Because when you see it, you have to understand all the information that's happening and how it's happening to get a full understanding of it. So a lot of us probably...
it's so hard, bro. It's too many things, too many moving pieces. I think that's the problem. Anyway, Mchunu comes with his defense. He comes with his defense. So, Mchunu, on the relationship with Kes Matlala, Mchunu denied ever meeting, speaking to, or having direct or indirect relationship with attempted murderer accused Vusumuzi Matlala. Right? No personal contact. He stated he had never met Matlala and had never seen him with his naked eye. Knowledge through official channels. He claimed he only had Matlala's name in December 2024 during official discussions with the National Police Commissioner about Matlala's controversial 360 million sub-hub service tender. right? Using Matlala affidavit. In his defense, Mkhunu presented an affidavit from Matlala. I swear. Exactly, bro. We are playing games in SA. Yes, yes. Anyway, from Matlala disposed while he was in CMAX prison, right? Which stated that Matlala did not know Mkhunu. Mkhunu said his lawyers obtained the affidavits at his express wish to counter media reports that had created a false impression about his lifestyle and supposed connections to criminals. Like, bro, buddy, if you are accused of being a friend with a criminal or knowing a criminal, that you've dispensed a team, right, a political killing task team, right, that is looking into a criminal, you are being accused, okay? You are accused of knowing a criminal, and you are accused of dispensing a political killing task team that was investigating this criminal, right? That's what you're being accused for. In what world are you going to that criminal to ask for the affidavit from that criminal to say you are not friends with them? Like, bro, like, why would you care, JC? If I'm not involved with this guy, I don't even know. Why would I care to go to that person to give me an affidavit to say they don't know me? Like, how is that even a thing? Why do you need to prove that? Can you imagine? Now we're supposed to believe an affidavit that is written by a person in CMAX. Like as if like this person doesn't have any other interest in this affidavit. They are already in trouble. Of course, what do you think they're gonna say in the affidavit? I get confused, dog. I don't know, man. These people are us. They really think we all. These people think we all failed our competency test like them. They think we all failed the competency test. It's clear. They think we are all severe. Like as South Africans, we are not competent. We all failed our competency test according to them, clearly. There's no ways, bro. There's no ways. Anyway, relationship with Brian Mogosi. Mkhunu sought to clarify his connection to businessman Brian Mogosi, who was alleged to be the middleman for Matlala's political founding. A comrade, not an associate. This is a big thing. Remember, I told you that he first denied this guy, and then he called him a comrade, and then he says he's a comrade but not an associate because he wants to deny him and accept him at the same time. It's like when he's pressed about let's say for example, I deny you, JC, right? I say no, yeah. JC is not my friend, but we know each other, right? Okay, like people are like, okay, he's not your friend, but you guys know each other. Okay, cool. But you have spent so and so much time with JC. Didn't you stay at JC's place at some point? Right? Bro, to what extent do I say I know a person and we only know each other, but I have such a relationship with them? Can you imagine, buddy, me saying I know you? Or we are not friends, I know you. Bro, come on, bro. Like, what? Like, I know JC. We are not friends. Like, this guy was playing that game that when he sees that he's being packed in the corner about the amount of evidence that relates to him, to this guy, he's like, but yeah, I don't deny him, he's a comrade, right? When it's now on his side, he's like, yeah, we are not associated. This person is like a comrade, just far. Yeah, it's like you distance yourself when it's like, let's say now this guy is having, for example, the guy is, he's being asked to say, yo, the guy has official documents of the police. The guy had your letter and sent your letter to criminal syndicates. Before this letter is even official, the guy has the letter. And the guy is sending the letter to criminal syndicates. Even Mkwanazi got the letter from this guy. Even before Mkwanazi got the letter, this guy already had the letter. Right? And you're saying this guy is your comrade. Bro, I don't get this, bro. These people, they really think we all failed our competency test. Clearly, as South Africans, we all failed our competency test according to these people. They think we are...
No, man, it's always trying to put things under the carpet so nobody knows exactly.
Bro.
What is what.
So Mkhunu acknowledged knowing Mogosi since 2017, but drew a sketchy distinction, insisting Mogosi was merely a political comrade and not an associate. Limited personal interaction. He explained that their relationship was superficial, involving only occasional discussions about general or ANC-related matters, and that he did not inquire about Mogosi's personal life, had never visited his home, nor had they gone to social events together. Denial of basically improper dealings. He denied that Mogosi had requested or that he had ever received any of value from Mogosi. Senzo Mkhunu defense basically against allegations of corruption, had political interference present before in the Parliament ad hoc committee. Basically, he was saying, yeah, he tried to distance himself, and he said the reason he had to dismantle the team basically was for official reasons, actually, which also he says somewhere. Okay, so on the disbanding the political killing task team, so Mkhunu maintained that his December 2024 directive to disband the PKTT was a legitimate executive decision rooted in administrative and operational policy, not political interference. So presidential approval, he claimed he had briefed President Cyril Ramaphosa, another criminal, on his intention to dissolve the task team, and that the president had approved the decision, right? Operational, and the president, by the way, basically the president has said he didn't know about it. At least not that he has said through other people that he was surprised that the political killing task team has been disbanded. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Mkhunu says no. I briefed him, we had a conversation about this. So operational justification, he argued that the PKTT had never intended to be a permanent police unit, but was a task team, so established for a temporary purpose. He claimed his decision was based on implementing a 2019 police work study that recommended the task team be disbanded because it was no longer required, nor was it adding any value to policing in South Africa, which is a bullshit lie, obviously. I mean, the political task team was being, meanwhile, these people are catching up on big criminal syndicates that are related to him. Please, bro. Relationship with Brian Mogosi, I talked about that, right? Oh, no, I spoke about, his relationship with Brian Mogosi, I spoke about that, right? Yeah. Relationship with Kes Matlala, he denied Kes Matlala, and I spoke about his relationship with Brian Mogosi. Okay, now, anyway, stupid things, bro. Crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It seems like there's quite a lot.
There's too much.
There's quite a lot.
There's too much, bro. Like, there's too many things. There's just entanglement, and after entanglement, no Jada Smith. Hi, bro. It's like we're in Colombia, dog. It's like I don't know, criminal syndicates to what level, dog? Guys, you can't even explain this thing, bro. Like, but it's too much, in fact. Bheki Cele. Then Bheki Cele comes into the picture. Denial of friendship and confirmation of free stay. Cele firmly denied any close relationship with Matlala, stating, I do not have a friend called Kat. However, he admitted that he stayed for free at Matlala's luxury penthouse in Pretoria. On 2 occasions, he defended this by saying he is a pensioner now, not involved in government, so he is not, basically he did not have to declare the free accommodation. Allegations of funding Mkhunu's ANC ambition. Cele, by the way, was another person who came in and just killed. Cele came in and killed, bro. He killed, bro, when it comes to Mkhunu. Cele came in and said, by the way, we shocked. This was a big shocker for me, actually. Cele testified that Matlala told him he had been approached to find a project for a figure eyeing the position of ANC president or deputy president, who Matlala indicated was Senzo Mkhunu. Matlala also claimed Mkhunu's cycle told him they would work well if you don't come close to Cele and Zuma. So basically, the minister, Senzo Mkhunu, came in and denied in parliament knowing Matlala, right? And Cele comes in and just like put in bed this idea that Mchunu doesn't know Matlala. Put it in bed, bro. Literally put it in bed. Yeah, like gave reason, like ideas as to what was the relationship between the two. What were they aiming to achieve, basically, in their thing, in their relationship, which was basically to become the president, to ask Matlala to fund his political ambitions. Shock over disbandment of the PKTT. Cele confirmed having seen Minister Senzo Mchunu letter that ordered the disbandment of the political killing task team, the PKTT. He expressed shock at its contents and disagree with the Mchunu's rationale, right, that the disbandment was necessary for efficiency, stating that task team remained valuable and necessary structure. Claim of conspiracy to neutralize a general. Cele said that Matlala claimed suspended Deputy Minister General Shedrick Sibia had asked him to write an affidavit against crime intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo. Cele viewed this as an attempt to put Khumalo in a trap to be neutralized because Khumalo was a good cop. Khumalo basically is the head of the PKTT. So basically what they were trying to do is that because Sibia, who is the deputy police general for the country, is close. Basically, there are two sides here, buddy. There is the side of Sibia, the deputy general, with the minister. They are on the same side. And then there's the side of General Mkwanazi and the general of the police of the country. And then Khumalo, there is their side. Khumalo being the head of the PKTT, right? And they were asking Matlala, since the PKTT was investigating him, to write some sort of letter to say, write a letter against Khumalo for the PKTT coming to you to raid your house and stuff like that. So this letter was going to be used basically by the deputy general of the country to go to Khumalo and basically maybe suspend him or fire him, whatever, to try and get them off the trail of Matlala. Okay. Meeting Matlala to get information. Cele confirmed his initial meeting with Matlala took place in December 2024 at the Beverly Hills Hotel in Durban. He called it high-end hotel, according to Cele. He said he chose to continue edging with Matlala through an intermediary who later basically got murdered because Matlala was feeding him information that could help protect General Khumalo and reveal the detail of the alleged police fights. Yo, Jesus, bro. Now, that's all we've had on the thingy. And then the commission called on the investigating officers, right? They called on the investigating officers to come to testify in the commission as to what is it exactly that was happening and that they faced while trying to investigate this thing. Okay, now that's the part I'm going to tell you about the weaknesses. Weakness A, B, and C. But the weakness B basically said as much the same thing as A, so there's nothing much on B. Sorry, but weakness C, hey, buddy. I think, buddy, this is all we're gonna talk about. I don't think we need any more, bro. It's too much already, bro. Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, it's too much already. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, bro. Maybe the other things will need a different. Like, we will need a different podcast for the other things. Can we run it tomorrow again for the other things that I wanted to talk about, plus the Vodacom thing?
Yeah, to attack it in a different way as well.
Yeah, because today is too many things right now. But anyway, what's your feel, bro? Before I even talk about these things, I've been reading these things too much. What's your feel? What would you say? Like, you are in this space. As I'm asking myself, I saw a good question also, like by Buseni Ndlozi asking former President Thabo Mbeki as to what was he going to do if he was still the president and this was happening in South Africa and he's the head of state.
That's a thing, man, to ask yourself what's the answer. Because that's a very good question, especially to Mbeki, for compared to now Ramaphosa, who's basically mostly business oriented and all these things. I don't know. I don't want to say he's keeping quiet about it, but it seems there's a amount of relationships that happening in there. But I mean, the one problem when about it, actually, because I was watching a documentary today following the former president. I mean, not president, minister, but president. Yeah, what was his name? Lee Kang. It was a Singaporean president, though. Yeah, who was seen as a dictator, but he changed the country from the shambles to what it was to what it is today.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I saw that there's a documentary about him right now, right? It's even on YouTube.
Yeah, Lee Kuan Yew.
Yeah, I saw that documentary actually. I don't think I watched the whole thing. Yeah, the president of Singapore, who basically changed. He changed the country. That guy, isn't it? He did everything that said had to be done.
One advice he gave to Africa as a whole, he says, corruption will destroy the continent. Corruption will be the one thing that destroys you guys if you're not aware. And that's the truth. Right now, what's destroying ESA is the idea which there's so many corrupted things happening. As you are saying, even officials, people who are not even elected in power, you give it that position because you deserve it, but you are corrupted. So what are you trying to say about the common man? Of course, the common man is going to be corrupted as well. If they know they can bribe you, nobody will ever face the law. So we need a person who's going to say they are cleansing everything, that they don't have friends in high places. Even if a friend in a high place does something wrong, they need to be punished like a regular man. And that's how you solve the country. Right now, we don't have that person.
Yeah, South Africa does need a strong head of states. We need a statesman more than any other time. South Africa needs a statesman so bad actually. We need a statesman Nelson Mandela was a statesman. Bheki too was a statesman. So you need a president who carries that that is tunesy, that thing here comes the president type of vibe, because I feel let's be honest. I know people are gonna hate me for saying this. Zuma took the standard on the floor. Once we had the singing president and the whole thing gone, on the floor, it's almost like it was clownish. Yeah, it just took Istima Sogobo president down. It started there, and then as much as corruption was there throughout in the ANC specifically, but it was prominent in Zuma years. Naledi Pandor, by the way, faced this very well actually when she was asked about President Zuma. Not that President Zuma is a bad person himself or a corrupt person like himself. It's more of he is too good, of a person basically. Is he's almost too agreeable, one may say. He's too polite that people take advantage of that politeness. He's a too polite, agreeable type of person, which doesn't really work in leadership position, let alone the president, actually. Leadership positions it's a nasty game, dog, to be a polite type of person, to be an agreeable person specifically, even worse as a president. Because then in that way, you will let too many things slip you by. Yeah, man. Yeah, so
that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to talk to you, buddy, about these weaknesses before we close, ne? Bro. Yeah, ne? Being a police officer is tough. Firstly, these weaknesses, by the way, they didn't testify on camera, for obvious reasons. Sorry, let me check something here, buddy. Okay. For obvious reasons. So for obvious reasons, these weaknesses had to testify behind closed doors. They were not there. I mean, as much as everything was on camera, but they were not there themselves. They were talking basically like over online or intercom, whatever thing they were using, but they were not there themselves. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting with witness A. So, what is witness A saying? Yo, God, you're South Africa, bro. Yo, what's what shubim zanzi ibo shubili lapan. You know, bro, from what these people were saying, bro, like they got me scared. Like, about witness A and witness C or witness B too, though. All of them, bro. It's like, buddy, you see how much. It's like, cause it's making me think, who's in charge? That's how you see it, buddy. You can be in charge too if you have money. And like, bro, nobody is in charge, dog. South Africa is on free mode. No one is in charge. It's like free fall, It's crazy. So anyway, look what this guy's saying. Witness A, okay, allegations of interference and corruption. So the genesis of the investigation, basically, that witness A was in, right? So he says the troubles for witness A and other investigators began with the investigation into the murder of Aman Swat. Remember, Paddy, I told you, Aman Swat basically was a mistaken identity. This person was killed because they thought he was the whistleblower for the Transnet tenders, like fraudulent tenders that the Molefe's group was getting in Transnet. Right? Now, this witness was an investigating officer in this case. And he says the biggest problem started when they got involved in the investigation of Aman Swat. This is April 17, 2024. So the murder was believed to be a case of mistaken identity, and Swat was thought to be the whistleblower, as I said, in the case involving alleged bogus supplier to Transnet, later linked to Katiso Molefe. So when Molefe got arrested, he consented to the search and seizure of the which I thought was stupid, by the way. That what kind of big criminal that's gonna consent to police taking over and seizuring his things like documentation? I thought this was stupid, by the way. Anyway, he consented to the search and seizure of electronic devices and documents. These documents included material related to Transnet and different companies, as well as documents for applying for tenders, including those belonging to SK Group, the SK Group that I was telling you about. So SK Group is linked with the bogus tenders in the Transnet, and Lucky Molefe, his brother, Katiso Molefe's brother, is alleged to be the inside man for the group at Transnet. Right? Protection of criminals. Soon after initial arrests were made, the investigating officers faced threats and intimidation, some from police officials themselves. On one occasion, a colleague told witness A that they had arrested Umuntu we General, a person close to the generals, basically, suggesting that Molefe enjoyed protection from senior police officials. Now, Hawks interference. Witness A detailed how members of the Hawks, by the way, you know the Hawks, right, buddy? Basically, the Hawks are like the new scorpions in South Africa, our FBI, so to speak, right? Witness A detailed how members of the Hawks arrived at Molefe's home and actively disrupted the arrest operation. While they were arresting Molefe, Hawks, other police, come to disrupt them, stopping them on the arrest. According to the colleague of witness A, the Hawks were allegedly dispatched by the National Hawks head, Lieutenant General Godfrey Lebeya, right? After Molefe made a call, by the way. Molefe made a call basically to say that the SAPS is here, it's arresting me, right? So another witness, Captain Maxwell Wenda too, collaborated that a large contingent basically of Hawks members arrived and were aggressive, demanding answers from the arresting officers. The Hawks only backed off when witness A shot them and signed J50 arrest warrants from a magistrate. So, police.
So basically, it's just like they came here to claim territory. It's like what you see in movies, basically.
Yeah, but it's worse though, because they are there because Molefe made a call. Molefe made a call to say Sabs is here arresting me. And can you imagine? Molefe can make a call that brings other police to. That's why it's like Colombia Mafia, dog. How can a criminal being arrested by the police call another police division, call another different people to come and instead of these people siding with the official police that are there, they are trying to basically disrupt the processes of the police division of SAPS. They are on the side of the criminal. They want answers. Instead of wanting answers from the criminal to say, hey, you're going to jail and what. No, they want answers from the police who are arresting the person. As a normal South African citizen. Wow. What are you, dog? What are you? Isn't that the same thing that happened to me in PMP, JC? That's the same vibe, isn't it? You remember? That's the same vibe. That's the shit, bro. Yeah. I got there with the criminal, the laptop guy, the guy who was taking my PC. It's the same vibe. I got there to open a case against a person, and the person comes with me, takes high five with police officers, tells the police that instead, bruh, and then I become the bad person. I become the criminal. I'm being investigated. Which why am I here to open a case against this guy? Can you imagine? I am the guy tells them who say, let's say, no, this guy was on Bob. But that's here, what your Shama high five. Who's over in I'm Zanzipana, boy. Who's over in So, judicial corruption. Witness A and witness B testified that they were told by sources close to the case. That's more left. Can you imagine, by the way, buddy? These guys say this on the JC joke. My man, these guys are testifying. Yes, what buddy? In the thingy, in the commission, right? This is what they are testifying. They are testifying before it happens. They are saying, witness A and witness B testified that they were told by sources close to the case that Molefe will be granted bail because he had allegedly paid 2.5 million for it to happen. They noted that the bail hearing appeared biased and did not naturally consider the state's case and the risk of intimidation to witnesses. Right? They are saying this while the case is going on, and Molefe gets out on bail. What do you say to that? Bro, you have police officers that are saying, guys, right now we are being told, we have our sources telling us this guy has paid, that he's gonna get bail. How, JC, bro, like, tell me, in what world is Molefe getting bail, dog? In what world, bro? In what world is Molefe getting? How is the bail granted, dog? How? Just tell me that. With everything that is going on and the type of crimes these people are accused of, the type of things they've done, dog, they take hits. You're talking about a person who organizes hits. This person organizes hits, and the judicial system lets them go. Mkwanazi came there and spoke about the same thing. Bruh, Mkwanazi said there was a case in KZN that, like, it was so crazy. This guy has gotten over about 11, or 8 or something, like a number of bail. Bro, like bail releases. It's almost like, as a police officer, if this person is being released on bail for so much, it's that we are witnessing a continuous murder crime. We take him to jail for murder, he gets released on bail. While he is on bail, he commits another murder, he goes to prison, gets released on another bail. Go back out, commit another murder, while he's on trial for other murder, commit another one outside, get released on another one. Go back and commit another one, get released on another one. Basically, police officers are witnessing like murder, dog. It's gotten to that point. They are witnessing murder. Like, they are witnesses to murder. The criminals they are putting to jail are getting out. What are you going to do? That's the state of the country. Yeah, basically, as a police officer, you are witnessing murder. The person you arrest, they take them out, they murder someone, you catch them again, you put them back until 8, 11 times.
So,
bro. And this is a case that is currently on the head court. Everyone is in parliament on the head court committee. It's there also on a Madanga commission. How is anyone that is being accused of those things in Madanga commission and ad hoc being released on bail? How? Ganjan. Anyway, role of the PKTT. Witness A confirmed that that had it not been for the intervention and assistance of the members of the political killing task team, PKTT, the units that the police minister Mkhunu later ordered disbandment, they would not have been able to make the crucial discoveries in their investigations. It is clear that this is happening because the disbandment of these guys is because of these things that they are finding. But if you heard this guy, one of them, I think it was on witness, but he cried, JC. As a police, he cried. Cried, me nyembes dog. Kala umchita lapa. Kala. Ama meetings, this guy was called in meetings, dogs. Can you imagine, buddy, being called by your superior to a meeting whereby you can tell that they want to bribe you, type of vibe, they're giving you hints of bribes. To tell you, buddy, chill on that person is well connected and whatnot. Can you imagine that?
Yo.
Witness B said something interesting. Witness B highlighted that the shocking presence of specific officer Johannes Mohatle of the Joburg Metropolitan Police Department, JMPD, at Molefe's house. Mohatle basically had falsely reported sick from work, and his unauthorized presence was viewed as deliberate obstruction of justice and internal misconduct. Someone is on sick leave at work, and then he's appearing in the house of criminals to defend criminals when they are being arrested. What do you say to that? Witness B comes in, political funding and protection. ANC presidential ambition. Witness C alleged that same thing that was said by Bheki Cele, by the way. Witness C alleged that Matlala funded the ANC presidential ambition of suspending police minister Senzo Mkhunu. Matlala was said to have made large payments into Mkhunu's campaign. Payments to police officials. Matlala also allegedly made regular cash payments to suspended Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sibia. That's why Shadrack Sibia was asking Matlala to write that letter of complaint against Khumalo, who is the head of PKTT. Do you see? Because Shadrack Sibia is the one who was asking him that, and Shadrack Sibia is the deputy police commissioner of the country. The guy who is a deputy police commissioner, but he failed his competency test. And other high-ranking sub-officials, frustrations with arrest. Witness C testified that Matlala was frustrated at the time of his arrest because he had made all these payments and was still being arrested, suggesting he felt entitled to protection that he had not received. Basically, him paying all these bribes and stuff, he had expected. Guy, I can understand also from his position. This guy has the minister of police in his pocket, and he still gets arrested. I see also where he was coming from, why he was being being mad and what's not when he was being arrested. Seeking alternative protection. When Mkhunu allegedly failed to protect him, Matlala reportedly visited former Minister Bheki Cele. Matlala was advised during the meeting not to open false cases against the police. Now this is also coming out. Targeting police investigators. Attempt to implicate a general. Witness C stated that Matlala opened a case claiming that during a search and seizure operation at his home, the police task team, PKTT, stole certain luxury items. You see, that's what Sibia had told Matlala to do, because Sibia is a deputy police commissioner for national, so he can come back to the team that is doing this to his basically person, basically umnikeza imali ngaphansi. You understand? According to witnesses, Matlala stated that the real motive for opening this false case was to implicate Lieutenant General Khumalo in some form of wrongdoing that will result in Khumalo landing up in court. This was an attempt to derail the investigation into the cartel. They are called, basically, these guys, key evidence that was given basically is that there is a cartel in South Africa. The cartel is called the Big Five cartel structure. Witnesses provided testimony detailing the structure and activities of sophisticated criminal syndicates known as Big Five cartel, which opens out Gauteng and which operates out of Gauteng and is allegedly involved in drug trafficking, contract killings, tender fraud, and political infiltration. Recordings, by the way, that's another thing. This guy also provided recording. Testimony included references to recordings between Kat Matlala and an associate named Brian Mogosi or something like that, right? Which were expected to be played during the commission hearing. These recordings allegedly contained name dropping and details of the syndicates and operations protection network. Buddy, fuck this, bro. This is it, my man. Any closing remarks, dog? Cele is this thing, mina, bro. And you are
the one who did research.
I'm tired of these things, dog. I get it, but some things are born up, boy. Yeah, but I think it is the thing that we are on, guys. Unfortunately, is that we have poor people out there in the world. Like, it's just make your money, be able to protect yourself and your family, do yourself a favor, dog. I can't be. Because I can't imagine being just a normal, mundane, broke person in SA. Like, bro, because you are subject to the environment, and this is the JC Wenag. What are you?
Bro.
You know, imagine if this was just happening to you. These people are so connected. Imagine if Matlala done something to you. You're gonna do what? Go to the police station? You're fucked, bro. You're gonna go to the police station to report this? You're fucked, my man. You're doomed, dog. I'm done with this thing of the PKTTs and whatnot. I'm tired of this thing, dog. South Africa is doomed, dog. I don't know what's the conclusion gonna be, but we'll see. Anyway,
I guess, yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, my man, let's talk tomorrow, buddy, about the other stuff.
No stress, bro.
Okay.
No stress, man.
Yeah, let me close this, my man. Showcase, I see maybe I'm probably way over time too. Smooth's gonna kill me. But anyway, that's just too much. It's just too much reading. Actually, didn't even feel like podcasting because there's so much detail, there's so much yeah, man. Anyway, we'll talk.
Even the listener will probably be confused by so many, but yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. It's just too much because it's too many people, too many. I was feeling like that researching it. That's too much. Like, I'm trying to follow the trail too. It's like, what? So who's this now? Oh, this one. Yo, bro, like, it's frustrating. I'm sorry to the listener trying to follow this thing, bro. But anyway, this is what I have, guys. It is what it is. Shout out. Let's go to work. Elephants in the room. Short, buddy. Thank you.
Short, man.
Sure.